I'm not angry at anyone. I'm not blaming anyone either. It's just, I'm tired. Tired from the silence inside me. Tired of always being the one who holds things together. The one who starts first. The one who steps forward, even when no one's waiting. And then, quietly, I'm the first one to disappear from the life I once tried so hard to hold on to. No one notices, because I still smile, still do my work, still live. But deep inside there's an emptiness, a nameless void, with no reason. I just know it's cold and vast, like the sea in the off-season. This isn't a story about loneliness. It isn't a complaint about being hurt. It's the story of a man who once gave everything, and then one day chose to stay with himself. I was always the first one to show up, and usually the last one to leave, not because anyone asked me to, but because I was afraid something might fall apart if I didn't stay. At every meeting, I was the one quietly preparing. At every party, I was the one standing behind the lights. No one mentioned my name, but they were used to my presence. Like the electricity in a house, no one notices it until it's gone. I didn't calculate. I didn't need thanks. I just wanted things to run smoothly, just wanted others to be happy. That was enough. Gradually, people assumed I'd always be there, assumed I was fine, assumed I was strong, assumed I didn't need anyone's care. I became the person everyone needed, but no one actually asked about. When something went wrong, they called my name first. But when I went silent, no one noticed. One time I got sick, not seriously, but enough to be worn out. Messages kept coming, meeting invites kept arriving. No one asked, "Can you rest?" I didn't blame them, because I played my role too well, the role of the one who's always ready, always knows what to do, always carries the weight. And then, the worst part wasn't being forgotten. It was starting to feel like I no longer mattered. In a crowded room, I felt like a spare chair at an already full table. No one asked me to leave, but no one invited me to stay. I had given so much. But when I needed an embrace, a glance, or just a simple question, "Are you tired?" no one remembered to ask. I didn't scream. I didn't break anything. I just stopped speaking. No texts, no goodbye, no blame. Just one morning, I didn't show up anymore. And the saddest thing, no one really noticed, because in truth, I was never the one they kept. Just the one they needed when something needed fixing. Just the one they called when something was about to break. But when I chose silence, the world kept turning. Meetings still happened. Parties still raised their glasses, but the hands that once held them up were gone. Silence became a mirror, reflecting more clearly than any words, that they didn't love me for who I was. They only loved what I did for them. And the moment I stopped giving was the moment I became invisible. No one asked, "Where are you?" No one stepped forward and said, "I miss you." My disappearance didn't cause shock, didn't leave a hole. It just faded like the last breath of a candle before it goes out. And from that moment on, I understood collapse doesn't always make noise. Sometimes it's just a quiet slip inside the heart. No one sees it, but it's enough to stop you from standing back up the way you used to. It's not anger, it's not hurt, it's simply exhaustion. My body's still fine, but inside, it's hollow. I used to think, if I just kept trying, things would change. Someone would notice, someone would care. But no, each rejection, each last-minute cancelled plan, each "I'm busy, maybe later, next week," all of it stacked up into one answer louder than words: "I'm not as important as I thought." So, I stopped. No texts first, no announcements, just stopped. I stopped sending invitations, stopped checking in, stopped starting conversations. And then, what happened next sent chills down my spine. No one looked for me. No one realized I'd gone quiet. It wasn't that I left them. I just stopped trying to hold them back. And in that moment, other people's silence rang louder than any noise. It didn't hurt me. It just woke me up. Woke me from the illusion that I was an important part. Woke me from the belief that if I was good enough, I'd be kept. Maybe I was never chosen. I just chose them for too long. Now, everything is different. Not because someone changed, but because I, for the first time, understood my limits. I didn't make a grand gesture, didn't announce a comeback, didn't post an inspiring photo. I just started with small things, getting up early, not out of iron discipline, but because I found the morning light calms me more than any pep talk. Making a cup of coffee, not rushing, sitting by the window, listening to the breeze push the white curtain. I'm not trying to do anything bigger than myself. I just reacquaint myself with me, stepping outside, walking slowly. No headphones, no phone, just my feet and a mind that used to be too loud, now learning to be quiet. A4. I started writing, not to tell anyone, just writing for myself. Little thoughts, nameless feelings, dreams buried so deep, I nearly forgot I had them. No one's witnessing that process. No applause. No one saying, "You're amazing." But strangely, for the first time in years, I don't need that. I don't need to be seen. I don't need to be recognized. Because finally, I understand. Healing doesn't need an audience. It only needs to be truly felt. In the quiet, I hear every beat of my heart that for years I'd ignored because I was too busy being someone. Now, I'm no longer trying to be loved for what I do. I'm just choosing to live for what is truly mine. I no longer live to please everyone. I no longer try to be the easy version, just to stay in a story that's not mine. Now, I live by rules, not the world's rules, but the rules I set for myself. If something makes me tired, I leave. No noise, no blame. Just simply I'm no longer staying to prove I'm enough. If I have to fight to be loved, then I don't want that love anymore. Love shouldn't be something you beg for. It should be something given naturally when I'm myself. If someone can't appreciate my silence, they don't deserve my presence when I open up. No one pushed me out of the old world. I chose to step out. And when I looked back, I saw how hard I'd tried to be kept, when what I really needed was a place that made me want to stay, without trying. From then on, I stopped being easy to reach, stopped answering messages right away, stopped always being the one to start the conversation. I'm only easy to understand, to those who know how to listen. And strangely, when I stopped trying to be seen, a few genuine eyes found their way to me. Not because I'm skilled, not because I'm useful, but because they truly want to know who I am. I don't need recognition, don't need the spotlight, don't need anyone to agree with my choices. I once waited for a nod, once lived for approval, once tried to be the perfect fit to be kept in someone's heart. Not anymore. Because I understand. My silence has value too, and not responding is also a choice. I'm no longer easily manipulated by emotions, no longer reacting to baited words, no longer pulled into silent games, waiting for someone to care if I'm still here or not. I don't respond. I don't argue. Because I don't need to win. I just need peace. And that scares people. Not because I'm strong, but because I'm no longer easily controlled like before. No one can touch my weak spot because I've faced it myself long ago. The world doesn't fear a successful man. The world fears a free man, free from needing other people's eyes, free from the obsession of being loved, understood, kept, free from needing to be someone in the crowd. Because a man who doesn't need approval is a man the world can't control. They call me lonely because I don't show up as much as before, because I'm no longer in the fun gatherings, because I choose to quietly leave when the music's too loud and my mind needs silence. But they don't know. This is the first time I'm with the only person I'd forgotten for so long. Myself. I no longer need a crowd to feel valuable. No longer need group laughter to fill the emptiness inside. I no longer see silence as punishment. No longer fear an evening without texts. No longer see having no weekend plans as something bad. Because now, quiet is a reward. It's the time I listen back to my heart. It's when I find myself unhurried, unrushed, with nothing to prove. Loneliness used to be the shadow clinging to me through all the noisy years. But now, I understand. Loneliness is needing someone to feel whole. Peace is feeling whole without needing anyone. I'm not fighting the world. I'm not rejecting anyone either. I just choose to be in a space where I don't have to be loved, but simply get to be myself. If you liked this video, don't forget to leave your quiet thoughts in the comments below so others can know too. Thank you for watching till the end. See you in the next video.